there's this term I have really come to love and appreciate, chonky, which happens to be exactly how I like my bread.
It's Some Guy Who Could, starring Brett Picorni. Featuring Brett Picorni. Guest stars on the show include Sal, Pappy, and the lovely Paula. Today's episode brought to you by Brett Picorni.
Today we are making one of my favorites. We're making pineapple bake, which might make you wonder why I was talking about chonky bread a minute ago. That's because bread is one of the main ingredients in pineapple bake. Most recipes call for white bread, but come on now, when you got a beautiful challah like this, how can you resist? So pineapple bake is actually incredibly easy. You only need 5 ingredients: butter, sugar, eggs, bread, and pineapple. First things first, we got our butter, nice and melted. And here we've got a cup of sugar. Just go ahead and ploop it on in there. Whisk it away until it's nice and creamy. Now we're gonna slowly whisk in our eggs one at a time. And one more. Now, you know the essential ingredients, but what you should also know are there are a few extra things you can add. We're talking seasoning. I've got here some nutmeg, some cinnamon, and mace. No, not the stuff you spray in people's faces. Very similar to nutmeg, but different. A lot of people actually can't tell the difference between mace and nutmeg. Put them side by side sometime, you'll be able to tell just by smelling them. It's like it's snowing nutmeg. Once again, whisk away, boys. Or girls, or whatever. That would be the oven, reaching 350. Alright guys, now we're gonna add in the pineapple. Easy enough, get a 20-ounce can of crushed pineapple, throw in the pineapple, the juice, the whole shebang. Just leave out the can. Schlorp. I know, not a ploop, but schlorp seemed appropriate. And the next part, our bread. Most recipes call for white bread, like I mentioned before, but come on guys, we got a challah here. This stuff is delicious. I'm pretty sure it's gonna make a way better pineapple bake than plain white bread. You want about 4 slices worth, so I'm actually going to go right to this knot here and just break it on out. Haha, look at that. Beautiful. Oh, I love the smell of this. And what we're doing, we're just breaking it into pieces like this. Nice little small pieces, drop them on in. So you can tear it by hand like this into little bits, or if you want, you could also cut it into cubes. It's up to you, whatever you think will be faster. Just take care of it, okay? All right, we got it all in there. Stir it around once more real good here. Nice and soupy, nice and gloopy. And you know what, for good measure, I'll add just a tiny bit more of this because I do love challah. And after we've got all of this stirred up, the next point is to grease our baking dish. Now here it is, our baking dish. You could use Pam, you could use butter, you could use olive oil if you want, but I've decided to go a little different today. Today I'm gonna use some coconut oil to grease it. Something tells me the coconut oil will go great with the pineapple. And we'll just pour it right on in there. Oh, listen to that glop. All right, it's in there. Now all we gotta do is pop it in the oven, 350 for 1 hour. Alright guys, moment of truth here. Look at all that bubbling and sizzling. It's just slightly browned on top. How beautiful is that? Look at that little bit of a jiggle it gives. That is one good looking pineapple bake. Now I have to admit, I haven't made one of these with challah before, so I am super excited to try this. Those spices I put in there are really coming through too. The nutmeg, the mace, the cinnamon. Alright, that's enough talking. Time to get to eating, okay? Sorry, guys. Less talking, more tasting. This is super good. Now, I will say it is a little close to a bread pudding, but personally, I got no problem with that. To truly be a pineapple bake, I think I should have added a little bit more pineapple and just a little less bread. But that's not to say this isn't absolutely fantastic. It really is. There are many kinds of pineapple bake out there. This is just one of them. Some people like to put cheddar cheese on top of their pineapple bake. I can take it or leave it. Either way, this is really good, and you should try it if you haven't. Doesn't take a professional chef to do it. I mean, look at me. I'm just some guy who cooks. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this now. Toodles.